Tracking in the online world has gotten much more sophisticated. From watermarks and fingerprints, we've truly moved beyond the cookie. And these technologies are being used for cross-device tracking as well. Whenever you're engaged in this type of activity, companies need to get more creative in how they give consumers a choice as to whether or not their data is collected for use in behavioral or other retargeting. The Network Advertising Initiative has come out with a program for non-cookie tracking so that there can be an opt-out for consumers. So if you're a technology company using these types of products or developing these types of products, or just an advertiser who is placing media buys, you need to ask the question about how consumers can exercise choice with non-cookie tracking.
Two issues that we're seeing more and more with our startup clients deal with the perils of convertible notes. One is that the founders realize at the time of conversion, they're getting diluted far more than they thought they would originally. And the second issue that comes up is that these notes have valuation caps. And while the whole point of convertible notes was to ensure that you could punt on valuation, the reality seems to be that by having these valuation caps, VCs are actually able to look at those as a touch point for valuation once you get to your Series A round. So make sure you consult an appropriate advisor when it's time for your next stage of financing, and be sure not to rely too quickly and too easily on convertible notes.
Just recently, the DAA, an important self-regulatory body when it comes to privacy issues online, announced that it will be enforcing its mobile guidelines starting in September of this year. So if you're a company that does any business on the mobile web or any data collection on any kind of mobile device through an app or otherwise, you're going to want to pay attention to those mobile guidelines. And particularly if you gather cross-app data, personal directory data, precise location data, and do any ad targeting. So check with your legal counsel, check your privacy policies, and check those guidelines to make sure you're in compliance.